Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm cast this side of East Yorkshire. Today we have a 1v1 on Titanfall. Over here in the Imperial Guard corner we have Drizzle, followed by over in the Ork corner we have triple square O'Shava. O'Shava is opening up with a boys hut and apparently blowing something up, from which, I cannot remember what that was. Was that just a bad placement of a generator? Maybe, who knows. Pop down a boys squad, going down for strategic point over here. Imperial Guard going over towards their own strategic points over here. No explosive plasma generators over here, but they're both going for a mirror of a barracks and a generator, although the generator is being given up over here, probably going to build up the strategic point over yonder. Oh, mind you, they've got a spare Gretchen squad over here, so that's fine. Pushing out over here, going to see if they can grab some bits and bobs over here. Probably not going to go for strategic point. I don't think, I mean, they've got these strategic points as a win condition, but I imagine that's not going to be a big thing for either team to go for in the early game at the very least. Imperial Guard going down for a listening post. They've got two tech priests out at the moment. We have got a command squad going with a priest at the beginning. Always good for, well, any faction really, going up against Orks to go for a leader early. If you imagine if you've got going up against some Orks and they've got loads of close combat dudes, very limited amount of close combat damage can go on to a single character. But mind you, they've got some shooter boys out, so that will hopefully mitigate the close combat lack of damage against those single entity units. This is, I wish I could have this as a mod or something to zoom out more, but I haven't quite got that yet because I'm an old man and I don't quite know how these things work. Commander going for the long distance fight against the shooters. I think the shooters can probably take them, and there's a big mech involved here, so these guys will probably want to run away at some point maybe. There we go. The fine tasking skills of Drizzle going on down here. One Ork boy goes down to the relenting fire of the guardsmen. They're probably just going to back off, maybe go back round over this general area. What have we got? We've got the boys going around taking over this relic over here, being matched by the guardsmen down here. Guardsmen are also pushing over here, probably just chilling out here for reasons. We've now got a, what are you called, a psyker with the guards unit. Big mech coming in, having a bit of a cheeky look, maybe doing some scouting, seeing if there's any early tech push going on here. We've only got one plasma generator so far, so I'm not going to expect any mad rush to Tech 2 to grab any vehicles. These guardsmen getting the relic are going to have a really bad time. Not entirely sure why the big mech is with the shooters. You probably want them with your slugger boys to get into close combat. One shooter goes down. They're just running around, I guess. Probably going to run until, oh, mind you, can they get the entire squad wipe here? Possibly, maybe. They've got another boy jumping in, but... and they're going to teleport out the way, back into the safety of... Is this an upgraded one? I do believe there's an upgraded one with a war banner, so it'll be harder for the squishy infantry units of the Imperial Guard to assault that position. Got a commissar now, so any morale issues will be a minor problem for them, because they could just kill their own dudes, I guess. Still one plasma generator for the Ork player. He hasn't upgraded his strategic post at the base, so I think he's just making... ah, there we go. Just going to plant some plasma generators as and where necessary. Again, we've got another upgrade listening post over here. Without any heavier tech, they're probably not going to do that good of a job, especially when they're against a shooter boy squad, against a listening post. Mind you, though, the Imperial Guards, they are getting, well, should I say Drizzle, he's getting two decent-sized squads of guardsmen, three decent-sized squads of guardsmen, upgrading a strategic, or should I say listening posts, as he's going along. Has neglected to upgrade a listening post close to base, but I imagine he's trying to save all that. There we go. He's got one on this point as well, so I guess they are not too worried about a push into the base. These Orks just don't care. They are just taking down the critical location. Drizzle's got 2 out of 3, so I guess these critical locations will actually be of use. Guardsmen getting smacked in close combat. They might want to get out of there, but mind you, I mean, they've got, what, 7 boys versus 4 Orks? I mean, Could they punch him in close combat? No, I don't think so, no. These boys are not going to bother helping their friends, because screw them. They've got more problems over here, mind you. Just saw that the command squad went through the tunnels, thingy-majiggies, whatever you call them, to get involved, but there is just too much DACA going on here. So I see that the Orc player is not going with excessive sluggers, he is going with a shooter composition, which is, to be fair, probably what you want in this kind of situation. Yeah, Big Mech is just going to chill with the boys over here. Shooter's just going to zone these dudes. We've got an upgrade going down here for a fortified position. The Imperial Guard are going to, well, this unit's going to engage, and this unit's going to kind of engage. Might want to move those guys in just a little bit more, just to get the whole unit punching in. We've got a tactical control going in. Orks over here building quite a hefty outside base, I suppose. I suppose I want to cut down on the build time just by putting them near wherever the Gretchen is at the time. We've got the listening person now punching back towards them, towards the Orc shooter boys. One boy going down, although they're kind of slightly out of range, but I suppose that they are fighting just with the big shooters of the units. So, I mean, but there again, good response from the Imperial Guard here. They've gone for grenade launchers, and with that instantly, these Orcs are going to back out just a little bit. No point in pushing any further. They've done what they needed to do. They've forced the Imperial Guard player to upgrade a listening post where they probably didn't want to. Scan going down here to see what the Orcs are doing. They've got a listening post down, not upgraded as of yet, so the guardsmen could push up if they want to, using that scan to get a little bit of extra range so they can potentially knock this down. The command squad doing a fair bit of damage actually to the listening post. Man, we've got some knobs on here. Big Mech still with his boys. More knob on, well, more knob, a singular extra knob on that unit over there. We've got some Storm boys now coming in, so that's going to be a real problem for the Imperial Guard. Some Slugger boys coming in over here. These guardsmen are going to be having their shit pushed in, so to speak, as the kids say these days. We've got some more stuff going on over here. The Big Mech has probably teleported in. The Storm boys have jumped in, not having a grand old time. These guys are probably going to be pushed all the way back to their base. It's not a good time for the guardsmen at all. Are the guardsmen pushing in and doing some upgrades? We've got a priest coming in to help the Imperial Guard units stand up against this torrent of greenskins. Not entirely sure if they're going to have a grand old time. Guardsmen now jumping into the command centre. Still able to fire outside of the building, the structure. Obviously, but from the safety, so they don't get punched in the face by the Storm boys. However, the Storm boys are just going to jump over them and slap them from the backside. The guardsmen in the critical location, they're still chilling out over there. I don't know if that is entirely the most useful place for them to be in this situation. Don't get me wrong, the command squad's doing a fair number on the Storm boys, but the additional DPS coming from the shooter boys over here, it's not ideal. Mind you, though, some of these guardsmen have now got some plasma guns on them, I do believe. Is that a plasma gun on some of them? Maybe? I don't know, was I just seeing things? Don't know. Oh no, it's when you get so many guys in there, they then fight. Yeah, okay, fair enough, sorry. That was my mistake. I haven't played this game for about like 7 years, so I do apologise. We have got a heavy bottle turret down here, so hopefully, once this point has been captured, this healthy unit of 12's guardsmen can come back to push these dudes back. Oh dear, Psyker has gone down for a bad time. But mind you, these grenade units are doing a fair number on these shooter boys. They're not having a grand old time. I suppose that when you explode these boys, they lose a bit of their DPS for a while when the guys or the models of said units get knocked over. So it's probably their best ideal. The Big Mech is not looking very healthy at all, so he's just going to push in close combat style. Going to close in a little bit around this command unit, and the Imperial Guard player is going to fall back. The listening post is still being rebuilt. What about the upgrades for these guys? Because I imagine that the Orc player, surely there's no one going for anything more extreme. Imperial Guard player is putting a little bit of pressure over here, hopefully splitting the Orks' attention a little bit. Some Nob squads are coming out, so probably the big mech is going to attach himself to there. At least I suppose that would be the best thing to do with his teleporting ability. Speaking of Devil, he's going to jump in, slap the unit of the Priest on there, although maybe that's not the best unit to slap around, because that Priest will do a fair bit of damage. Tech Priest running back, the Listening Post is getting an upgrade. I suppose that... Oh, mind you, we've got 2 Priests. Commissars are not the play of the day. Apparently, what's going on over here? The Nobs are pushing in here, doing a little bit of damage, but maybe not going to have the best time. Mind you, the heavy infantry are not going to be pushed around too much by the Imperial Guards' grenade launchers, but they are doing a fair bit of damage, and without a little bit of notice from the Orc player, Nob squad got completely wiped, which is a bit of a shame. However, we have got some war trucks out here, which is going to spell a bit of danger for the Imperial Guard unit of army if they're not going to push out any vehicles of their own. Well, they have got a healthy amount of generators, and they are going to put down their own mechanised command in response to the war trucks coming out. I feel like as if this entire battle's been happening in this little curve. Let me just do a bit of exploration, sir. Imperial Guards over here. Bit scared, but that's fine because the war trucks don't have that much armour. So they're just going to go around and do as much damage as they can to the Imperial Guard structures. We have got a fair bit of war banners being built with another war banner coming, so we've actually got a fair bit of Orc tech being done. I don't know if was there a pile of guns anywhere? Yes, there was. That was getting slapped earlier. I can't remember if that got destroyed or not. We've got a bigger generator over here, which is going to be a real boon for the Orc vehicle drive, shall we say. Back and forth going on here, still available. These 2 guard units are putting down the work. They are really doing their bit for the cause. I'm surprised. I'm genuinely surprised that they've survived this much. I don't know where the command squad is at the moment. I don't know whether they've died or whether they've come over here. Yep, they've come over here to beat off the war trucks. Not literally beat off, but like back them away. You know what I mean, my dudes. But still, even without the command squad, they're holding these boys back. Now, I don't know whether these boys are actually trying to push a killing blow into the Imperial Guard units, or whether they're just trying to keep them occupied as the Orcs are just building up their mega generators, their listening posts, their little generators, probably going for a few cheeky upgrades. I don't know, but can I actually, let me just toggle players, see what's going on over here. No, I can't see what upgrades that they've got. However, war trucks getting absolutely smashed in. What on earth was that? Was that a blue doofer? That was a machine. That would be a Kestrel machine spirit to hunker it down in one place, but it is getting some repairs in from the Grot squads. Orc Nobs not having a great time over here. The Imperial Guard with their Chimeras have redirected the focus of the fight over in this general area. We have got a killer can going over here slapping around these guardsmen. Not a great situation for the guardsmen to be in. In fact, I'm going to return going over this place just so I can remember. It was easier because Imperial Guard green, Orcs red. In my head it makes more sense when looking at the minimap. Sentinels are coming down, which is quite useful. Being able to knock down some spots that the Orcs have had and also recapture them. Well, not recapture them, but decapture them. Also, the las gun on them will be some very welcomed anti-vehicle shenanigans going on over here. Big mech pushing in. Nob squad's also pushing in. These Imperial Guards are not having a grand old time. The Psyker slaps down a Psychic Bolt into the side of the big mech. Chimera is going to pop a few guardsmen into its banks and then run away. It might... will it get taken down by the war truck? Not quite. The war truck is probably on an A move, or an attack move, so he's probably not focusing down on a specific kind of guy. This poor Sentinel being slapped around by the Killer Can, although the Killer Can is probably going to go down. There we go, in the next couple of shots. This guy's going to move back. I assume these Tech Priests will start healing the Chimeras, although lots of Chimeras coming down now. So it's ideal for the Imperial Guards because they're now reclaiming this area. Going to stick down a heavy bolter turret to make sure that the Orcs don't go for a cheeky little recapture. So all in all, I would say that while the Imperial Guard player has been a bit on the back foot for quite some time, and while the Orc economy has been spent a lot on buying Nobs and Killer Cans, due to them dying quite a lot, they've actually wasted a fair bit of resources. Oh, poor Chimera going over here. Should have pulled that back a little bit, but that's fine. So the Imperial Guard is in a bit of a commanding position, realistically, so long as he's able to build up his economy and maybe focus on these easier attackable outposts. Maybe spread the Orcs' attention a little bit with those Chimeras. But we shall see. The war truck getting slapped around by some grenade launchers. Orc tank busters. They do not have the stealth upgrade as far as I can tell. But again, massive boon for the Orc player, because obviously they've got so many Chimeras to deal with. I don't know, we've got only a Sentinel banner out here. That's actually super useful. I wish every building had this outside them so I could tell what they were upgrading. We have got Uncommon Valor being researched for the Imperial Guard player. Can I see what's been upgraded for these guys? Oh, who's ready for surgery? That means that the Mad Doc has been spawned. More Daka, so they're going to go for a more long range play are the Orcs. Maybe focus more on flash gits rather than knobs. I would probably reckon. There we go. Speak of the devil. He's got some medical attention going on there, so that's probably going to benefit them a lot more. Although, mind you, this is going to be a massive pain for the Orc player now, because they've got lots of resources tied up in these two buildings here. So that's not what they want at the end of the day, or the beginning of the day, or the middle of the day. But these what do you call them? These flash gits are going to do a number on these Imperial guys. Look at how quickly the health goes down for each individual model. Maybe that would probably been the better choice for the Orc player at the beginning. But mind you, we've got a fighter bomber, kind of stutter stepping, I guess. Is that a thing? Loads of shooters, loads of tank boys, more flash gits, slapping some of these guardsmen around. Big explosion going on over here. Yeah, no, this is going to be interesting. Although, mind you, they're still being slapped around by the guardsmen's grenade launchers. That war truck not having a grand old time. I always thought that the heavy infantry didn't get knocked around by explosives, but apparently they do. Again, like I say, I haven't played this game for about a bajillion years. But look at me, I still know a few things. Fighter bomber moving back a bit, being repaired a little bit by those grots. Going to be gathering around this upgraded listening post. Mind you, there's only 3 of them. One model's almost dead. These boys have been hit with the the Doctor's fighting juice. They're not going to die straight away until just then. They've killed 1 Chimera. They're on the way to killing a Sentinel, though I don't think they're going to do all that much. Mad Doc just going and slapping them around. We've got 2 Mad Docs here. And that is the end of the game. I think the Orc player has given up. So, yeah, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure to do this again. I'll see you later. If you want to just hang around just for 2 minutes, just so I can maybe explain what's been going on. Long story short, the reason why I haven't posted a video on this channel for about like 9 years is just because I've been sad. But now I'm less sad, so I am back. The idea is that what I'm going to do is that I'm going to record maybe 2 or 3 videos on a Sunday or Saturday or whenever I've got a time on the weekend, and that way during the week I can release 1, 2 or 3 every couple of days, and that way you've got regular content, and that way it just works better for me, because if I feel sad on the Sunday, oh, well, I'll just record on the Saturday, and if I feel sad on Saturday, I'll just record on the Sunday. Also, if you're interested in reading, I've released a book, so I'll leave all those links in the bottom. But I won't bore you any longer. You've probably already clicked off the video, and that's fine. I respect that. So anyway, it's been a pleasure. Take it easy, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.